Look at this. Everlasting base.
You talking to the wife?
What's that?
Are you talking to the wife? Oh, you're doing your TikTok?
I did a Vivo. This one's YouTube.
What's up? What's up?
I got a mi colega, another gringo over here. Come on.
Right, there's two of us. Double trouble. Alvaro's telling me you have a TikTok. I gotta go out there and look for you.
Yeah, do it. Make sure I follow you back.
Yeah, I will.
Mary. Well, good evening. Buenas tardes. Mi guapo, handsome, mi guapo gringo. Guapo chiquito. Gracias, gracias. Buenas noches. Kansas City. Poquito más. I'm almost done. Eliseo Solis, Kansas City. Corpus Christi. Good old Mari Falcón. 5836. Buenas tardes desde Odessa, Texas. Sick ass Chivo. Takes one to know one, carnal. Let's see, who else is there? The badass gringo, orale. Oh, Possum Gang. What's up, the other gringo? Nicleo El Chavito, Billy the Kid. There could be two gringos in La Raza, okay? There's only two. You're either Billy the Kid or Nicleo. Saludos desde Pleasanton, Tejas. On South Side, Texas. Come on. What are you doing in Pleasanton? You over there at 9 Energy? Cool it up. Be safe out there. Lasting base. Micleo? That's Micleo. Houston, Texas. Come on. If she looked, she took. That's a good one. I'll have to remember that. She's looking for whose turn it is next, right? The awesome gringo. Sir. Everlasting base. Buenas tardes, carnal. North Dakota oil fields. Old Zeke Little over there. Be safe out there, bro. Make that money. Make that feria. Hit that lease road on time. Come on. Fontana Califas. David Camacho. All right. 32125. Good evening, sir. Buenas tardes. Jacob Terrones. Let's get a drink. ¿Dónde estás? ¿Dónde andas? Where you at? Yata hey. Eddie Zettel. Where's all my Navajos at? Come on. Oh, K-Town. Gallup. Ziploc. First Hey. What else? Bubba Kalari. Tuba City. We used to play at Tuba City in football. When I was at Mojave High. And, what is that? Oh shit, a chili árbol. Muy picoso. Muchas gracias. Is it going to be a barbecue or not? Who's throwing down the carne asada? I gotta work. Trabajo sábado. I look like shit. Yeah, I need to catch up on sleep. El Chivo working end fiesta. I need a day off just to relax. Just to lay on the fucking couch. Watch Netflix all day. It's not asking too much, is it? Almost done. I'm on my last spot. Poquito más. Seattle, Washington. Oh, Ruben Cruz. Mi amigo. All right with the Super Mario Lucky Charm coin. Thank you, sir. If you're old, you might want to be tired. That's 50 años, 50 years old. It's not that old. I see other 50-year-olds, they're in a lot better shape than me. Motivates me to get in better shape. Adrian Godoy. Tell him, carnal. Muchas gracias por el apoyo. Richard Perez from Reno, Nevada. Saludos cordiales a la distancia. Winning Tiago, an hour from Canada. Oh, North Dakota? Man, you're way up there. SGV in the Casa, Possum Gang. You're from Al Pastor, Texas? I'm gonna have to see some proof. You know, there is a Perico, Texas. It's up there by Clayton. If you come across Clayton, New Mexico, or the road that drops in, going straight from Clayton to, maybe not Clayton, but around that area, and you drop into Dalhart, Texas, up there in the Panhandle, there's a little fucking village called Perico. Chivo Guero, Fontana Califas. What's up, Mexicali? Jerry Alvarez, a little paisa. Buenas tardes desde Odessa, Texas. Escalar fam. Bien. Just working, trying to stay out of trouble. What do I do for my job, Kevin? I do dry cement, powder cement, barite, fly ash. Sometimes we even do lime. Anything that's like a dry fine powder for the cement process in the oil field. Sometimes I just do flat out cement. You can't really put regular Home Depot Portland cement down a hole because they drill like 1,000 feet. It gets real hot down there. So they got to use different shit, different chemicals added to it and all that stuff. That's what that's about. And no, I'm not an expert. I'm still learning. Olympia, Washington. Oh, Mike Lowe. From Winton, California. Pedro waving his mano. It's a little bro. Ruidoso Pronto. Refuse boy. That's a nice spot over there. California. Slight. Henderson, East Texas. Alfonso Castro. Cúbele. Mr. Marvin. No comida. I had a gas station hot wings or some shit earlier. But yeah, mi panza no lleno. Sounds awesome. It sounds awesome. Sounds like a lot of work. Not really. I mean, it is, but I'm an old vacuum driver. That was work. You get dirty. This one, down, take it out. It's not that bad. But yeah, you're never home. More of a job of responsibility. You gotta watch the pressure. I'm still learning. Unloading cement. Yes, sir. Rodman. Sarah. Hello. Hola. Your dad drives the truck? Nice. Oh, Kevin, you're from the U.S. All right, all right. Boss English. AE Familia. 805. Bakersfield. Kubale, Kubale. Bracken? No, cement. Compton. Jose Alvarez, a little wrong. What is in the plant here is cement. And all the other chemicals, dry chemicals that go in the cement process. For the oil field, drilling. Shut up in español for la raza.
Let's go home.
No español?
Español. You like?
Simón. Que sangre. Where in Mexico is your family originally from?
Chihuahua.
Chihuahua sangre.
Pura Chihuahua. Saludotes.
Orale. A man, a few words. I'm wrapping it up. I'm almost done. Tejana botaste, Espen. I am todo pesado. I can't see. Alright. We're almost out of here. Yeah. Excuse me. Terminado. The flash. Viernes. payday. Conocerte con mi jefe después anoche in Seminole, Tejas. And then Javitos. No más lavan. I got no more clothes. I'm not gonna recycle socks and shit, so vámonos a mi casa después anoche, Javitos. Where the Iron Horse? At Texas Edition? Where the Iron Horse? You lost me. I missed what was said. No one talks like this? Well, they're not Vikingo. Not everyone's a fucking Vikingo Mexicano. El Chivo creates his own Spanglish. See, I'm starting my Nuestra Cultura, Vikingo Mexicanos del Norte. And it's not for everyone. And not necessarily talking about you, but some Chicanos don't get it. Yo tengo mucho gente. Vivo mucho mía sur la frontera. Hablas zero inglés. Sudamericanos, Centroamericanos, Catrachos, Chapines, Oaxaqueños, y más. If I can at least do a few words, give them something. That's how this whole famoso thing started. It was me trying to talk Espanol, trying to break down barriers to people that live way the fuck down there, way down in the Chimichanga. And I've been successful. I'm fairly new to YouTube, but I've done it for years on other platforms with 1 million followers between all of them. Some Chicanos get it, some don't. Why don't you just talk English? That's why. $10. Holy shit, gracias. That's a dos, modelo, limón, y sal pronto. Hello, Lobito. Saludos. I know the real you, Sean Priet. All right, come on. Keep on trucking, Rambert. Opossum Gang, hook me up. Thank you, sir. Gracias, senor. That name, though? What's up, Vato? Robert, Kubale. Trying to make some feria, stay out of trouble. Is this for sidewalks and roads, Kevin? No. No, it's for the drilling process. When they do the casing, drill the hole, then they go down with the other pipe, they put the casing, the cement process. And then it's mi colegas.
I came back, el colega.
Odesateas, come on. Dos locotrons. We got a Miclio, we got a Chihuas in la casa,
We got an inverted Oreo.
Vanilla Oreo, órale pues. That's a good one. A lot of Mexicans want to speak English, let them. Chivo wants to speak Spanish, let the man speak. And that's how I broke down barriers. You'd be surprised. I used to get a lot, not so much anymore. When I veered away, kind of what I did. It takes a lot of time to sit there and try to learn, you know. It took every minute of the day, but I would get Mexicans, Mexicanos, really deep down there. Guero, you talk Spanish like I talk English. You make me want to learn more. It's you know, I've done a lot for the USA and for immigrantes and everything. Just out here screwing around, trying to talk Espanol. So some people get it. Some people are grateful, but nothing but apoyo for the raza. And just because I talk Spanglish, my other platforms are Piro Paisa, y Centroamericano. You know, I want this to be for everybody. So that's why I'm doing the rock and roll, corridos. It's just not all ranchera and corridos. But anyway. got the El Mero Verga. Got the Jefe de Jefes out here. Hold on, un momento. A lot better than my piece of shit, right? Remember a couple weeks ago?
You have another copy?
Oh yeah, yes. Here. That one's for me? Yes. Kid Rock, Paisa style? I'm down with that. The Peckerwood Paisa, I like that better. Just like Billy the Kid, El Chavito himself. The original Peckerwood Paisa, come on. I know a little bit of French. Merci beaucoup. Away, Telokana. How much longer you gotta wear that green hat?
Like 11 more months.
Oh shit. They really put you guys through it, huh? You really gotta earn your stripes here.
On week 4, I think.
You just started?
Yeah.
Tú eres pescado. Not, I'm just messing with you, bro. That was you that gave me the cookie the other day? No, that was another green hat.
Somebody else gave me the...
Anyways, thank you guys. Hasta mañana. You got the cap? All right. Still drying out. It rained hard. This morning, early morning, dark 30, all the way to about 2 in the afternoon. Midland, Camino de Vinte, the freeway. There's some flood spots. Hey, buddy. That driver said inverted Oreo. That was pretty funny. All right. See that? Like a fucking ninja. I caught that shit. Get you by long. Lady wear black. Got the tired old truck. And a tired old driver. Hello, warm? Hola? Alright, let me get out of here. People wait. Hola, warm greetings. Un saludo, Bell Gardens, Califas, y mucho bendiciones. Saludos a la raza over there in the parks in LA, man. Bell Gardens. Bell Gardens over by like Downey and shit, right? There was a... Oh shit. I'm embarrassing myself. Hold on. Camion Viejo. Alright, now we're good. Okay, so I grew up Desde Mojave Valley, Arizona. It's on the Arizona side of Needles, California. In high school, we would get a lot of weekenders over there from LA and from Califas. You know, we had the Rio Colorado, the Colorado River. You know, like some people retire, move to Lake Havasu. That's Mojave County. That's the next town over from where I grew up. But you get a lot of weekenders, and there was this family, Chicanos, and they were from Downey and Bell Gardens area, that area. McCulloch Fence Company. And he was real successful back in the 80s, early 90s. And he gave it to his son. And his son moved out there. But I actually went to Downey, my first Mexican wedding. His daughter married a gringo. And I remember at the wedding, it was in I forget where the wedding was, but they were from Downey. But I remember all the Mexicans out there living life, you know, music out there dancing, mucho bailar. And the gringos were all sitting against the wall, all conservative. And I promised myself I would never be like that. And white people have fun, don't get me wrong, but not like that. You know, that was like, you could see the difference in the cultures. But anyways, that's my story for Bell Gardens. And oh yeah, and my buddy, that McCulloch's son, and we went to Downey, and his brother walked up, and he was full on, he was gangbanging, had the fucking dickies, he was full on cholo, and he saw his brother, and he quickly took his fucking rag off, and he's like, oh shit, my brother's in a gang. I remember that. And they were trying to dress me for the wedding.
Have a good one.
Wait, hold on. It's like Brock Lesnar's daughter right there. Full on. Anyways, she's a nice lady. Big city bound. Yeah, well, I'm in West Odessa. But yeah, Odessa, Midland. You know, it's big enough to have their own airport. There's an international airport here. Chivo, keep on trucking. Daniel Pina, Simone. I haven't decked this truck out. I haven't put my CB in. The radio sucks. I didn't put my JBL party box in there for El Chivo Corrido Horda or Rock and Roll Hour. But I'm gonna move it in. This is supposed to be temporary. He's got a flat top Pete, a black one, a 1988 with straight pipes and everything. And I guess it's gonna take more time for him to get it. But that's why I haven't moved my stuff in. But I'll bring that shit in. I miss my JBL party box. We'll get some music pumping next time I do a Vivo. You want suerte en la carretera? Look, you got shit going wrong, nothing's going your way, you got to make your luck. Show respect. The gravestone's on the side of the road. Go wake up and walk out in the middle of the Great Basin Desert when the sun's coming up and say thank you, God. You know, that's how you change your suerte. It's the little things, the appreciation. And El Chivo might be a fool, but I got a few tricks up my sleeve I learned after being trucker when no one's watching. I've walked out. I didn't really do it this year because I've been. I'll tell you later. But last year, when all the planets align, I don't really believe in all that weird shit. But all the planets align, and I was out there in the Great Basin Desert, coming down 95, and I went out there like 12 at night, and I said a prayer out in the middle of the desert, and I said it loud. It wasn't really a prayer. I was just like grabbing my blessing. I said, this year, I'm going to make more money and have better health. And I wrote it down on a piece of paper too. And I went out there, I said it loud out in the middle of the desert under the moon and shit. And that next year, 2025, both things happened. But this year I went out, beginning of the year, and my New Year's resolution is to stop being a fuck up. Stop. Tighten up a little bit. Be a little more tight. Keep it more between the lines. We're gonna fine tune myself. Lots of Californians on tonight. Oeste Costa en la casa. Come on, Chivo. 575 coming your way. But first, oh shit. Oh, one more. I stink. I'm almost embarrassed to go home. I'll be novia. Fucking might stop at the pilot and take a shower. I got no more clothes. Coquero lavandera. Hecho de mano comida. It's been a while. But I'll stop at Seminole, eat my jefe, hopefully get some feria, and then vámonos al Habito 575. Please don't forget to leave your powerful and valuable likes. It costs nothing. They are completely free. Juan Fitted. Tell them, Carnal. Tell them. You know, when I do TikTok, I get like 1,000 likes, 2,000, 3,000. Come over here, I get like 58, 72. But thank you. You know, the more you like it, the more it shows the Vivo to other people, and it puts it out there more so other people could come in. So for the ones that like, subscribed, I appreciate you very much. But you don't need a ticket to ride with the Chivo. You can watch. Nothing wrong with that either. Buenas tardes, desde Odessa, Texas. This guy's got his fucking brights on. Hold on. Whoa. Alright. Chivo's back. Otra vez aquí. It's like riding on a bull. Left lane gang, yes sir. Or right lane. If you camp out in the left lane, I'll be right lane gang and take your door on the right too. La Ruana, Michoacán. Saludos. On the road again, yes sir. Simon KC. Skyline Cuts. Hello, hello. Pete, yeah. Oh shit. It's 98. I'm sure it's got a cat engine. I'm sure it's been overhauled. But I'm not governed. You know, that last company I worked for, PS. Thank you for the piñata. Oro. Muchas gracias. He had some nice equipment, some mamalones, but he fucking governed them. He chopped the balls off them. So, be nice, PS. I'll put every one of your trucks in a video taking your door. Let's see you do 100 miles an hour. I'm waiting for PS to talk shit. Fresh brisket on the board? Man, I'd go for some brisket right now. Some Rudy's. God damn it, what do you call it? Rudy's burnt in brisket, smothered in their sauce. or any burning brisket from a restaurant that knows how to make it, a smokehouse, and smother that shit and fucking oh man, burning brisket's my favorite. The best barbecue place I ever been to was called Jack Stacks in Kansas City, Kansas. Well, Kansas City, Missouri. And I actually proposed to my second wife there. That's how nice it was. The jalapeno cornbread, oh man, woo! And they cube it up. It's different, you know. Kansas City's a little bit different style, but I never had a better brisket. That was some good stuff right there. They also had another barbecue place. God damn it. What's it called? You had the guy with the black top hat and the cane, like Mr. Peanut, and they had some on the Kansas side during those riots. What was that, like already like 7-8 years ago or some shit, or maybe 6 years ago? They burned it down over there in the Kansas City K side, but that was about the only one I could fit an 18-wheeler to it. I'll think of that name later. It'll come to me. But Kansas City's, you know, Hill Country style Texas barbecue, by far my favorite. But I gotta admit, the best restaurants I've ever had, and the best barbecue I've ever had, was in Kansas City. I'm not a real fan of the Carolina cookout. They don't even call it barbecue. It's called cookout. You know, Memphis style. I'm not a real fan of their sauce. You know, they got some different stuff. You know, they got smoked bologna over there, especially in Arkansas. You hit Arkansas, you know, all the states around the Mississippi River. It's good for the pulled pork. Way down south in the dirty South, Mid-South, and the smoked bologna. Other than that, I'm not a real big fan of barbecue over there. They make some good potato salad though. Watsonville, Califas con las fresas. Arnolfo. Que tranza, bro. Jack Stacks, it's amazing. You know what's up. Then you end it with that. No, Texas barbecue does not suck. Live Oak Smoked Barbecue. And between Austin, Texas, around San Antonio, let's say Schulenburg, Texas, that triangle right there, that's Hill Country style barbecue. Those smokehouses. Go to Black's in, what's it called, man? Locketville or something? I forget. It's been a while since I've been over there. But the original Black's Barbecue was out in the Hill Country over there, kind of off to the side from Austin and San Antonio. That's the best sausage you ever have. Now there's a Black's in New Braunfels, and they got one in Austin. But when I go to San Antonio, and yo vivo allá por 15 años, I don't think of Mexican food when I go to San Antonio. I fucking go straight to the barbecue. That's how good it is. Where is the best barbecue in Arlington, Texas? Casa de Cowboys? No say. You got me on that one. You know, you go on the freeway, what is that, 30? Or no, 20. And then 32 that goes up to Texarkana. But if you're on your way to Shreveport, fuck, man. I'm brain dead today. But it's got the pink pig, the pig face, Soul Man's. Oh shit. Hard yellow. I beat it. Alright. Soul Man's. You know, these aren't top of your line fucking restaurants, but they're really good barbecue. And I get out cheap when I go to Soul Man's. You see a lot of them between Dallas, between Terrell, Texas, and Shreveport, Louisiana. And I get the loaded baked potato. The stuffed baked potato. And they put the fucking brisket in there, the chives. It's really good. But Soul Man's, they got some good, they're good for their pulled pork. Central Florida, checking in, Guero. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, come on. Oh, Pedro Cordiales, a la distancia. Look like a wizard. I do have an altar. Santa Muerte. Yo no tengo magico, but Yo tengo un grande bruja. But I'll own that. All right, I own that. The pit room is the closest I've had down here in Texas that can hold a candle to KC. Arthur Bryant's, Gates, and Joe's are also good up there. What's the one I'm trying to think of? Where they have like four? They got like three on the Missouri side and like, well, they did have one or two on the Kansas City K side, but they burned it down during the riots and shit. But Gates, right? Is that Gates? Hold on a minute. I gotta do a number one, you guys. I gotta go before I get rolling here. Too far. I'm from Louisiana, mi Chivo. Shout out. Junior, you chingon. Buenas tardes. Desde Odessa, Texas. Old Oscar Pacheco. Dickie's Barbecue is good. Yes, and they have a chain. They have one over here. Well, they have one in Hobbs too, I think. Dickie's. Or is that Dick's I'm thinking of? I've had both. They're good. Saludos, Veracruz, Mexico. Sereno Paisano en la casa. Danny Reyes. Pedro Veliz. Yeah, I appreciate it. Apreciado mucho, carnal. Houston, Texas, oil field trash. Yes, sir. You got it, bro. Love you, brother. Yeah, it's Gates. Gates was the one I was trying to think of. I haven't had Arthur Bryant's. There was a good one when you go up to that Petro, the next town, like you're headed towards St. Louis. The next town with all the truck stops, and you got the Petro 70, and they got a chrome shop and shit. There used to be one right there. You walked down the parking lot to that main road, and that was a really good spot, but they closed it. I think they redid all that whole area. They probably knocked that whole strip mall down. Gator Bites? I've had Gator one time, and it was at Boss Hogs in Marlin, Texas. And it was like a fishy roast beef. That's how that's the only way I can describe it. I liked it. By the way, Marlin, Texas. When El Chivo was trying to straighten up his act, well, I was a tile setter in 2008. The economy crashed. The housing market crashed. I had to get a different line of work. I eventually got my CDL like a year or two later. But I was going to go in the Army. Bush was accepting felons to go fight in Afghanistan. So I went to Camp Bullis, San Antonio. I passed the AVAB, all the shit. I even scored real high. And at the very end, they said you had too many write-ups in prison. I didn't know each one counted as a misdemeanor. And Arizona fucked me. They put some chumped up charges on me when I was in there. Getting in fights and shit, and then they call it assault with a deadly weapon. You know, Joe Arpaio's system really fucked shit up back then. They really wanted to put you away forever and fuck your life up. But like a whole lot of my people think that guy's a legend. He's a piece of shit, in my opinion. In mi opina. You know, I'm veering off my story. So before that happened at the end, before I knew I couldn't go in, I took the ASVAB, and they made me go take care. I had a bunch of warrants. I didn't have the money to pay them, so I had to go turn myself in there. Every jail I've been in jail, city, county, or both, in every place I ever lived in, except for Hobbs. And I had to go. I flew back to Henderson, turned myself in over there. The Vegas City jail, turned myself in. The Henderson sucks. They don't let you have commissary. But anyways, Seguin County, what is that, Como County? I had to turn myself into Seguin. That was a cool jail. Someone, the jailer the CO would let someone's wife come and bring us all pizza and shit. That was fucking cool. Oh, and if they brought him beer, that was the deal. But Bear County, over there with La M, there was only one other white boy in there on that floor. I had been in the prison, so they put me in there with all the heavy hitters and shit. But that white boy was scared. He came immediately to me. But anyways, I did like about a week in most of them. And then Bell County, I had to go to Marlin. No, Bell County was a different jail. I had another one, Marlin, Texas. And I had to turn myself into Marlin, Texas. It was all black cowboys. I never seen a town where it was all, majority was black as night. And they all had cowboys hats on and shit. It was pretty cool, East Texas. And like Charlie Pride, the big sheriff come in, black dude with the fucking cowboy hat. He looked just like Charlie Pride and shit. But I had to walk. I called my wife. They released me when time served. My first wife drove up from San Antonio. I said, no, I'm going to start walking instead of just sitting there. So I walked through Marlin, and I came across Boss Hogs. And that's how I went in there. My first time I ever tried alligator. But the blacks in East Texas, they can throw down the fucking barbecue. They make good barbecue sauce. They get down. They know what's up with the barbecue. The pulled pork, they can do it all. Brisket. And good old country boys, little towns, they know what's up. But I made it all the way almost back to the freeway. I wonder how many miles I walked that day. And then she finally, that 2.5 hours, 3 hours that it took for her to come up. But anyways, that's my story. What do you eat when you're on the road? Look at my videos. You know, it was a lot easier doing the long haul, finding spots. You know, over here, the oil field, it's hit and miss. You know, I got my go-to spots. A lot of times, you know, there's just no time. You know, they're watching the timestamp on the fucking tickets. And I drove my last boss crazy with that shit. But I try to eat at least one good meal a day. I love Mexican food, authentic Mexican comida mexicana. And I'm not really a Tex-Mex guy, even though they do have some good stuff. You know, I'm not totally knocking Tex-Mex. It's a totally different thing than authentic Mexican food. But sometimes I'll switch it up. A good hamburger. That place in Dixie Dog in Seagraves is pretty damn good, man. They got carnival style hot dogs. They got some other shit that I want to try. But I switch it up. You know, sometimes you're stuck eating the truck stop junk. Like today, I didn't have time. I had, you know, that fried shit, and that stuff eventually will catch up to you drivers. You guys coming in think you can eat that shit for 10, 15 years and think it won't catch up with you? It will. That new Mexican food is better than, yes. Well, better than Tex-Mex. That's my favorite American style, Mexican American style is by far New Mexico. You can't, they got the best Hatch red and green chili. They don't even, not just Hatch, they got northern chili too. And then you got Colorado there too that thinks they're on the same fucking level, but they're not. But Big Jim's, they grow some good chili over there in northern New Mexico. That's the hottest green chili I ever ate, was a Big Jim's, extra spicy. But they got the Hatch red and green. Their platos, let's say Tex-Mex, huevos rancheros. I like how Texas cubes up their potatoes, their papas. You know, living in Texas all those years, you know, I got to have my papas with the huevos rancheros. But the salsita they put on there, it's lazy. You know, you go to New Mexico, they put the maíz tortilla underneath the huevos, and they smother the fuck out of it with Hatch red or green chili sauce, and then they smother the hell out of it with cheese. And a little trick, instead of asking for flour or corn tortilla, get it with sopapilla. Say, no, I want it with sopapilla. And sop that. Oh, man, that's good. But by far, New Mexico, my best Americanized Mexican-American. California, you got the California burritos with the french fries, the papitos and shit. Tex-Mex is good for their carne guisada. It's Mas Rancho. So you get stuff like, it's like a great, like, it's almost like pot roast with like a chili gravy sauce. I really didn't like their Tex-Mex, how they do their enchiladas. To me is generic. Once you've had Hatch red and green, and you've spent some time in New Mexico, no really other chili sauce really compares, or unless it's from Mexico. You know, there's some California. California is the best state for authentic Mexican food, and I rock a Texas hat. I wish I could say Texas was, but no. You don't miss with the loncheras, the taco trucks, and Califas. The Chicanos out there, they throw it down just like a paisa, just like it's from Mexico. Nothing but authentic, and they show pride. You know, come over here to Texas, especially around Laredo. You know, next to the truck stops, they get lazy. They just fucking. Sometimes you get pastor tacos with that fucking mincemeat pastor, makes you afraid to order pastor again. You know, it's hit and miss with the taco trucks. Or unless you love Tex-Mex, then it didn't. All right, Chivo's talk too much. I went off on a tangent. I gotta get rolling. I gotta go do number one, drain the chorizo. Thank you guys for the apoyo. Mary Falcon, Daytona. Who else is in there? Everlasting Base, you still on here? Adrian Godoy. Apreciado mucho el apoyo. Buenas noches desde Odessa, Texas. Hobbs, Seminole, Andrews, Texas, coming your way. A rato.